Hello, Heartbreakers. I hope you all are doing good. I'm really excited today because I get to interview Chloe Cherry. I'm so happy. Steph, actually, my makeup artist and good friend, actually made this connection. So, well, I know you.
Yeah.
I just was too scared to ask. So Steph actually was like, you gotta interview her and stuff. I'm so happy you're here.
Yes, I'm happy to be here.
I haven't had, and I'm not like against talking about the industry, of course, but like, I feel like there's a million podcasts. So I'm always like,
there literally are. Yeah.
There's so many. Like, I don't.
Yeah. And I find that like when I first like got out of the industry and went on podcasts, all anybody wanted to talk about was the porn industry, even though I had just done an entire HBO show and like done all these movies and like done all this stuff, and like all anyone wanted to talk about was the industry. And like, I'm sure you know how annoying it is.
No, for sure it's annoying. I mean, the only thing that I like think I haven't talked to somebody about or like really heard about is like the transition.
Oh yeah.
And like, because like one of my questions actually is like, I've had girls in the industry be like, oh, I got into the industry so I can go mainstream. And I'm like, you understand that that's really super rare and actually
Super
harder.
rare. Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I don't know how it is to do it without the industry, but
yeah,
I feel like it's 100 times harder. Like 100 times.
Yeah, really hard. I remember I didn't get into the porn industry thinking I would go into mainstream. I thought I'd get into the porn industry to like make money. You know?
Of course. I'm
And,
glad you said that though, because everyone's always like, I just love sex so much. Like, just say it's for the money.
Yeah, exactly.
Just say it.
I've had so many discussions with so many girls about how like that industry, the only reason anybody does it is for money. Like no one cares. Like literally there's not even the men don't care about the sex.
No, of course they don't.
Like, they don't
eyes
at all.
are closed.
Yeah, it's like completely just about the money, because you do make like way more money than you would at like any other kind of like entry level job where you don't need like a degree or something. So
yeah, and it's a bunch of hurry up and wait. It's not like you really have to like do too much, at least from my experience.
Totally, exactly. Yeah.
But how did you then get into acting? If that
it was literally like it was so random, and I'm so lucky that I had this experience. But I had been in the industry from like 2015 to like 2019. And then in like 2019, I decided that I wanted to quit. And like, I really didn't know what I was going to do. Like, I thought I was going to like go back to college or like do something. Cause like, I just knew that like, I really, really didn't want to be in the porn industry when I was like 30. Did you not even want to
do the subscription sites?
I was doing that. That was like fine for me for like a little bit, just to kind of like transition me, you know? And I think that was like all I was doing. And I was living with my family back in Pennsylvania because I was like, didn't feel like dealing with like paying LA rent and all that stuff. And I just wanted to like kind of transition. And I was genuinely thinking of like going back to college. And I was literally like taking like online courses.
For
and like
what?
I was taking like medical courses. Like I was going to get
I
into like the medical industry.
That,
yeah. I was just trying like anything I could because I really wanted something. That I really hated about the porn industry was that I never felt like I had this like just real job, you know, because it felt like it was something that like anybody could do with no skill. Anybody could do it. And like it wasn't always like guaranteed money, you know, like for me personally, it was a very unstable industry to be in, and like didn't make me feel like confident with myself or anything. So like I just knew that like I wanted to go back to school so that way by the time I was like 30 I would be like fully out of the industry and doing something that I was actually like really proud of, you know?
Of course.
And I was still doing like social media and stuff because I really like social media and just kind of like being on the internet. And one day this casting company like contacts me through my DMs and they're like, hey, will you audition for this show Euphoria? And when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's completely just like a phishing scam. Or
and
like,
no, season 1 was already out.
Yeah, season 1 was already out. Yeah, and I had seen it and I liked it. And I saw this DM and I was like, that's weird. Like, there's no way that they actually want me to audition for Euphoria. Like, there's no way.
Scared too?
I was, yeah, but I also just thought it was fake. And then like I got an email that said like, hey, we want you to audition for this show. And I literally responded back to one of the emails because they like kept emailing me. And I was like, no, like I'm not interested, because I genuinely thought it was fake. Like I thought it was a scam, because like who on earth would ever expect to have a show contact you? That's just not how things go.
That's true. I never thought about that.
And then they emailed me back and they were like, are you sure? Like the director really wants to see your tape. And I was like, okay, fine. Like if I'm just sending in a self tape, I guess that's not going to hurt me that
So
much,
they were like, please record yourself,
yeah,
like acting, like fake act.
yeah,
Wow.
self-tape, yeah. And then they sent me a script. They literally sent me a scene from like another movie, and they wanted me to like recreate it. So then I did that, and I sent it in, and I was like, okay, whatever, like, I don't know, we'll see what this is. And they were like, we really like it. Will you come in for the callback on like Thursday? And it was like Monday, and I was like, no, I'm in Pennsylvania. Like, I can't come to this callback. And at that time, like, I still wasn't sure if it was a real thing.
But they liked that about you, probably. They were probably like, this girl thinks she's too good. And I feel like
I mean, I just thought it
that.
just seems like that's never happened ever, where like anyone's just been like contacted to be on a TV show like that. So then they were like, come in for the callback, and they were like, oh, that's fine. We'll just fly you out. And I was like, okay. And then literally the next day I was like on a flight to LA and like flew there and like did the callback. And then I had like a good feeling about it. I don't know what it was. It's like a feeling that like I haven't felt many
Virgo
times.
Intuition.
Yeah, something where I just had a feeling that like I was gonna get it. And then I did get it. And I was like, wow, like this just like it just made sense in the moment, like for some reason, because it was also like I was looking for a way to get out of the industry, and like it just really worked out. I was so lucky.
It's just your good karma. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was watching, of course, I loved Euphoria, and when I saw it, I started watching as soon as season 2 came out. I was one of those people like it's dropping today, and then when I saw it, I was like, no way, that's her, because I remember you obviously from the industry, and I was like, no way. And I googled it, and it popped up that it was you, and I was like, wait, what? Because your acting was so good. Like I remember when you put the needle in the leg, and I was just like, no, that was too good. Like I really genuinely, I was like, I just never, not that I didn't see you doing that, because I feel like you're definitely someone that wasn't meant for the adult industry, and I don't mean that in like a mean way. I actually mean it in like
but like I completely agree. But like, are that many people really like meant for it, like to really like stay in it and not be their whole career?
I think so.
Yeah, I guess there are some people.
I think there's a lot of people that is like. And I think that that's great and empowering too, but I think that that's their calling in life. Like it's
that's
not
really
otherwise
interesting
more
to me.
people would.
Because I remember like being in the industry, and from like probably like my first year and on, I was always like trying to find some way out. But like you kind of, at least my experience was like I felt like I kind of like got trapped in it, where like suddenly I like had a lease on an apartment in LA, and like I just had to pay my rent.
Wardrobe every time you gotta go to set.
And like suddenly I had like all these bills that I had to pay, and my only income was the porn industry. And then I like, and it's also impossible to be like a porn star and then just go out and get like literally any job, like even if it was like at Chipotle or like any job that like people say is like easy for young people to get. Like nobody wants to hire like a 21-year-old who's never had a real job, you know? Like they really
no work
don't.
History.
Exactly.
I think about that often with myself. I'm like, I don't really have a work history for the last 10
and that's
years.
Like,
what am I gonna do if it fails?
Like totally. And that's like why I was gonna like go to college or do something and do anything that I could.
That. I know you have like such a like a good career right now, but I mean I feel like you're just smart, and you should do that just to like expand your brain. Yeah. You know, even if you don't get the actual degree. Yeah. But what do you do? Like what are you working on now? Are you working
now I'm working on well, I do like a lot of like indie movies, like a lot of them, and I've done 7 so far. Wow. And then I have like 3 more that I'm cast in that like we're kind of just waiting for it to like get fully put together so we can start. So hopefully like this coming fall I'll be shooting that, and then I have more stuff that I can't exactly talk about, but
true.
I have like more stuff.
And you do commercials and stuff.
I do like a lot of brand deals and that kind of stuff. And that's really cool. I used to do like a little bit of fashion stuff, but I haven't done that in a while. That's like such an interesting world to me, like the runway modeling and stuff. Like that's also like a world that like it's like impossible to be like thin enough, you know, for that. And like tall enough, because I'm tall, but I'm still not even tall enough for that, you know. But
they want like legit 6-foot women.
Yes, exactly.
And like they do really want them 100 pounds. But you were on the cover of Galore, right?
Yeah, I did do Galore. I've done a bunch of covers actually, but the runway modeling, I remember like, because in the adult industry, I always felt very tall and like thin. And then in the modeling industry, like in runway,
short.
I felt like a circle. Like I felt like I was literally shaped like a circle. Like you feel so fat and short because everyone's like, yeah, like 6 feet tall and 100 pounds.
I know. And then yeah, when they put the outfits on you and it's a 00 and it's, you know, and you're like, why'd you send that? You know,
I know.
that's like not.
Yeah.
Nobody can. It's just ridiculous.
Totally.
I don't know why they do that or like, you know, but you're just so unique looking and so pretty. You should do more. You should do like Gucci or like something like that.
Yeah, that is always like the goal. But it's kind of like, at least in the side of the industry I'm in, like it kind of works where like if you have like a project out, then like brands like that want to work with you. If I have a show out or a movie out, then like me doing a shoot with them, like it promotes their brand through the movie and stuff, and it's all kind of
cross promotion.
Yeah, exactly.
But are you guys working on season 3, or you're not allowed to say that?
I can't say.
Okay.
But they are making season 3. I can say that. But I can't say like who's involved and everything, but they are making it, yeah.
Zendaya is born on the same day as me.
Oh,
I don't know why. I know everybody's birthday. Like yours is August 23rd.
Yes.
And happy birthday, by the way. You're going to do anything fun?
I really don't know because my boyfriend's out of town and like I don't know what else to do. I don't know. It feels weird to like have like a party or like a dinner without him. So like I feel like I will just kind of decide on the day, and then when he's back I'll like do like something with my friends and him. So
nice. I was gonna ask you because obviously this podcast is about dating.
Yes.
And I was gonna ask
I'm excited to talk about dating.
You are?
Yeah.
Nice. I was gonna ask, like, was it hard? Because how long have you been with your boyfriend? Was he before?
I've been with him only for 5 months or almost 6 months. Yeah.
Has it been hard dating mainstream? Like, do you get unique type of guys?
So when I was like in the porn industry, I had like one boyfriend through the whole industry. He wasn't in the industry, but like he was like an artist, so like he kind of thought it was like interesting or whatever, and like I had that boyfriend, and then I was like single for a while. And I had like on and off like situationship things. And for the longest time, I felt like so many guys, like to me, it felt like no guy was like interested in a relationship. Like they were all interested in like hanging out, but not like an actual relationship, you know?
Was it mainstream people? Was it?
Yeah. It was like,
I mean,
I actually have literally never had anything with anyone in the porn industry. I've never like hooked up with them in like person or like
I don't
anything.
See you doing that.
Nobody
does that. People who do that, I think, are like, no offense to them, and I got to be careful talking shit about the industry. But I think that people who go to set and sleep with the like whoever their talent is, and then want to sleep with, I just think it's weird. I know people are gonna view this and be like, well, that makes total sense, they just had sex.
I know.
No, I think it's weird.
I don't get it at all. And like I never had like any, even the most vague feelings for anyone in that industry. But like
your face,
I found like just people that were like in mainstream. We're just kind of in like, mainstream is like huge. Like there's so many, you can be like a photographer, like a million things like behind the scenes, and like I would meet a lot of people that way, or people that were artists in some way. And like I would just kind of like date around for a while, but like nobody like really wanted, I mean, and then I think also like maybe I didn't like anybody enough to actually like give them my full self, you know? Like I would always end up like playing games with people and just like not responding, like we were talking to Stephanie about.
You'd be the
like,
toxic one?
Yeah, like I would just be like, oh well, he didn't respond fast enough to me, so I'm just gonna not respond to him or something. I would always do that. And like with my boyfriend now, like we've never had a day that was like that, like, oh, like he's not responding or something. And like,
what does he do?
He's a musician.
Nice.
He's in a band, and he's like really busy, like constantly playing shows, and he's always out of town, which is like hard. But then at the same time, it's like I spend like every moment with him when he is in town. Then when he leaves town, I like am just, you know, doing my own thing. So like in a way it like works, like we make it work.
How is he? Young, old?
He's 36, so he's like 10 years older than me.
I feel like that's a good age.
It's a really good age. Like I didn't realize this, but that's like the exact age I want to be dating. Like I don't want to date anyone any younger.
I don't want to be with anybody too old just because they get to be like a little boring and a little too controlling.
Totally.
And then I don't want too young because of just the immaturity.
Yes, exactly. Like I don't really want to date somebody, especially like I'm like 26, almost 27. Like I'm not going to date somebody who's like 23, but I'm also not going to date somebody who's like 53. So like I feel like
you've never dated an old guy?
I've never dated like an old guy. Never, ever.
You know what? No offense, and I don't know if it's offensive, but I would have taken you for someone that has always, like, you just seem so mature.
Yeah.
So it's like I would have taken you as someone that's always been with older.
I've like had like not even like a fling, kind of just like a, you know, when you have like a friendship with somebody where like they have a crush on you or something. I've had that with a bunch of older guys, actually, like with like men in like their 50s or whatever, where like we're like friends, but like they're like in love with me. I've had that a couple times.
You never had a sugar daddy?
No, I never had like a real sugar daddy. I literally like you said earlier, like I didn't fit in the porn industry. Like I genuinely do not know how to navigate like that whole industry. Like I don't know like how do you even find a sugar daddy? Like what do you even
I don't know. They just like come to you. You'll be out and they just
crazy.
I mean, but I don't know. That's exhausting.
Yeah.
But what's your favorite date, or do you have like a horrible date that you went on was like?
Oh my God! One time, this was back in like 2020 or 2021 or something. I met this girl who I really got along with, and then she was like, I want to set you up with this guy I know. And she sets me up with this guy that she knows, and he's like, I forget what his deal was, but then we go out and he was like, I don't know, like, you know, those, I feel like I never meet them. I only see them like on the internet, those like kind of like really right-wing guys that like really like guns and like
really Texas style.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah. And at first I was like very single at the time, and I like wasn't interested in anyone, so I was like, okay, I'll just go on this date and meet this guy. And he was just so like, you know, those guys that just say things like, well, women shouldn't, or like, you know, this or whatever,
really
like
outspoken.
Yeah. And like they don't even need to be. And it just was so strange. And then he took me back to his place because he wanted to like show me his guns. He was like, yeah, I have a gun collection.
You weren't scared? That would scare me.
I went back to his place and to see his gun collection. And I'm not even kidding. He had like this cabinet that had like 100 guns in it, like so many guns. It was just packed with guns. And that was the weirdest date I've been on.
That is weird, and that's honestly, I'd be really scared.
Yeah, and I remember being like, okay.
And you were like, I gotta go home, or
then I left, and then I never talked to him ever again.
Him right away.
I was just like, I don't know why, I just thought it would be interesting to see the guns, and I was just like, I'm just never gonna talk to this guy again.
You just have a curious mind.
Yes, literally. Like,
I don't. This might get me in trouble, but you know the saying, "Live fast, die pretty." Yeah. Like, I always say that. I'm like, just get yourself in a bad situation. Why not?
Yeah,
I'd rather die like that, having fun.
Yeah.
I know you wanted to. I loved your lip fillers, but did you take them out or no? I know you.
I did take them out because the reason that I took out the lip fillers was just because I was trying to see if it would fit more roles. Like I wanted to see, because I feel like the big lip filler, it doesn't exactly fit like every single role, because a lot of the auditions I would get would be for like someone kind of like younger, or like someone who just wouldn't have lip filler. So I just got the lip filler removed just to kind of see like, you know, where it led me, like what are the roles I got. And like still like all the roles that I'm getting like could have lip filler. Like everything that I have right now, like all those characters could have lip filler. But I also just like, now when I see photos of myself with like the really, really big lip filler, like the biggest they ever were, I don't think that it looks good anymore. Like there was a point, like my lips have been bigger than this and looked good, but like when they were at their biggest, like it didn't look good at all to me.
It was, because how many years ago did the first season come out? Like, was it
that was 2022 when it came out? Yeah, but I think the time when I had the big lip filler was 2021 when we were filming, and I swear there was like a time like in between us filming or whatever where I had like the biggest lips ever.
You just kept injecting them more.
Yes, literally kept injecting them, and they just got like so big. And like now I look back on it and like I really just don't think that those big lips looked good. Like, but I remember at the time, like, I don't know how I had this like lip blindness, but I thought that it just looked really good and really natural and looked amazing. But like instead it just like,
I thought it looked good. I'm not gonna say it looked natural. I can't say that, but it did. That was back when lip fillers were like, everybody had ridiculous lips and like it was a thing. And I think it's iconic for you that you had those lip fillers. And Euphoria, it really works too, because everything's so ridiculous.
Yes.
Like even the outfits, like people don't wear those outfits to high school.
Exactly.
You know, the crop tops and stuff like that.
Totally. Yeah, so I think it totally worked for that. But what's funny is like when I was getting my lips filled all those times, like I didn't think like, oh, this is gonna like really help my like acting and modeling career, and this is gonna like help me get more followers and stuff. Like I genuinely just thought that like I looked way better with the lip filler. Aww, and like now it's like I still have lip filler, like my lips are nowhere close to like my natural lips, but I just don't know how big I'll go again because I don't know, I'm not obsessed with like the overdone look anymore.
You never had anything else, just the lip filler?
And then I get like Botox.
Okay, because I've definitely done it all, and I dissolved like I redid my lips. I just did half a syringe, but I don't even know over the years how many syringes were really like oh my god,
I swear I've gotten like 20 or like 15 or like something crazy.
I've definitely like, but I would do my under eye and then I would do my cheeks and then I would do my chin. Like it always convinces you to do more. When you get in there, you got to be really stern, and I'm not like that. But dissolving it, I didn't have a horrible experience, but I saw this thing recently that they're saying that the filler's not really dissolving the way we think it is, which I feel like mine did like go down. But someone got like an MRI or something like that, and it shows all the fillers over the years and like her whole face. And the floating filler thing, that's what I had. Like my lips looked like I would have like underneath, like in the inside where it was like it fell down and like it just looked I know, crazy. It was so gross, right?
Yeah, I actually happen to have been really lucky with my lip filler. Even though I had like an insane amount in my lips, it's still like
you had a great shape.
Nothing got like super messed up with it, because like clearly I was able to get it removed and they look normal.
Yeah,
now,
no, it didn't stretch your lips out.
Yeah, and I'm like really lucky. But I remember like the things that people would like say to me, like it would be like to my face, like on the internet or anything, of like, you ruined your face, you ruined your face.
I was gonna ask you about that.
Oh my god, yes.
Like how do you handle the hate?
It was so intense and so insane, because like at the time when Euphoria was like playing on TV and people were actively watching it, I couldn't like leave my house at all without people recognizing me. And then people would constantly say something about my lips, and sometimes it would be like mean. Yeah, like sometimes they would be like, those lips are like so awful or whatever. And like I really don't comprehend why like somebody else's features or whatever offends you that much, that you're, you know. And then like on the internet it was like so crazy, like people would just go on and on and on about how it was just the most awful thing that they've ever seen. Then it's also, that's like another reason why I got it removed, because people would just, even though like I loved it, like people would just give me so much shit anytime I posted anything. Every comment would just, lip filler is awful, lip filler is awful, and you look so terrible. And like I just like literally couldn't handle it anymore. Like it was just so hard to have so many people like call you ugly. Yes. Oh my god. Yeah. And it made me like really like question my self-worth, and like just made it like really, really hard for myself. And I really thought that like if I got the lip filler removed, that people would suddenly be like, oh, you're so pretty. But instead, like now I get the comments of like, what happened to your lips? What happened to your lips? And it's like, what the fuck do people want?
People are never happy. And I'm sorry that people are so mean. Like that is really hard. And people just, they really truly want to be mean just because they're jealous. And like I hate having to acknowledge that, because you want to think that like, why do you care so much? Like, why do other people care so much? But people are really mean out of straight jealousy.
I guess. I don't know. But
Because
I also have
it's
never.
because you're successful. That's what it really is.
Yeah.
And not only are you successful, but you're able to be successful being able to look however you want.
Yeah.
If you want to have ridiculous lips, you're going to be able to be in every type of, you know,
I honestly think that the big lips like made me more successful because it was super unique.
Yes,
you know,
I
like it was a
agree.
unique feature. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do about the lips. I like I'm trying to see like just how this kind of natural looking face does for me, but like I do miss the lips, but then I also think like, am I really just gonna keep getting them done that big like my whole life, you know, like
absolutely,
20
why
years
not?
from now?
Who cares?
I don't know.
Absolutely,
but it's
you
kind
can
of like
dissolve them.
It's yeah, that is
it's
true.
not like how it used to be, you know, when there was no dissolver the first time I got my lips done, and I was like, what did I do? At least they didn't offer it to me when I didn't like it. They were like, just, you know, 3 months from now it's not gonna be so bad. I'm like, okay.
Oh my gosh, wow, that's crazy. What year did you first get your lips
oh my
done?
God, I was 18, 19. I don't know if I'd been out before that, but like fresh to LA.
Wow.
A girl in the industry took me. She was like, you need to get your lips done. And my lips are naturally like they're like
same. I actually
paper thin.
Before I got lip filler, I didn't think that I had no lips, but now when I look back on like pictures of me from when I was like 19 or 20, like I really had like no lips at all. I didn't even realize it.
Yeah, it's kind of like going back, you know.
Yeah,
that's kind of just what it is, like the cycle of natural. I just can't wait for flat booties to come back in style, because it's like it's a struggle for me. Everyone's like, you're so funny, and I'm like, yeah, that's because I have a flat ass. I have to be funny for that to make up. It's true, it's a real thing that if you don't have an ass, you should be funny.
Yeah,
because guys, if you make them giggle, you know. Should we do the what? It's true. You have a flat ass. Polycule, right? That's what it's called, polycule. Polycule. I might have destroyed a polycule with my horny antics. A polycule, do you know what that is? Because I had to look it up. I have a
vague idea.
I guess it's a group. It's not, obviously it's like polyamorous, but it's like a group of people that are dating. So let's see, I'm 27, male, recently joined a poly dating app and matched with a 36-year-old woman that's married that was recently in a polycule with 3 other people. We went out for drinks and ended up at her place while her husband was out of town. She told me that everything was okay and that she was dating solo. A few hours after that, I left her home and I got a call from a random number. It was her husband on a group call with the rest of the polycule. That's interesting. It turns out they were on a dating break and the 36-year-old woman wasn't supposed to be going out. The husband wants me to meet the rest of the group and talk things out. Should I just ghost her and just forget about it, or should I talk to them and explain myself? I feel bad as I help this woman cheat on her husband and the group. I mean, no, that's on her. I mean, that woman actually has problems, I think that, not him.
Totally, yeah, he has no issues at all. I feel like he should stop answering the calls from random numbers, honestly. Like, I just, I don't know where that's really going to get him. And I can't imagine joining a polycule that's just not the way that I date at all. But there's some really interesting people out there that like want to be married, but then also dating other people. And that's just crazy to me.
It's just an excuse to cheat. I think these people actually have cheating fetishes, which no one wants to talk about. I've talked about it before. And I think that that's a real thing. Like, cheating's a fetish. It's an addiction. Like, people can be addicted to drugs, whatever. People can be addicted to cheating. I think because sometimes you're just like, why can't you get it right? You have, how many more people were part of this group? I don't know, 3 other people.
Yeah.
You have more than enough people. Do you really need a 4th person to come in?
Yeah.
Do you really?
I just can't imagine, like, because what I experience in my dating life is like, I have one boyfriend that I'm like deeply in love with, and I don't want to be anywhere near anyone else.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine wanting to have multiple partners. Like, that just would not be fun to me at all.
Not to like give you anxiety, but you don't ever feel like, because he's in the music industry, that you get nervous about
I do get
groupies?
nervous about that, but then at the same time, like, he has like, you know, girls that come to his show, but then like I have like a million dudes like in my DMs that like, if I were to be like that, I could like respond to somebody. But like, because we both have people that do try to talk to us in that way, we kind of trust each other more, because like we both can resist it. And like,
yeah, I think that's
really
hot.
like,
And I
don't
think that,
worry about him at all. Like, I don't
I hope
worry
you guys
that
get married.
me
I
too,
hope
me
you
too,
guys
me
get
too.
married. I have like a good feeling about
Yeah.
him. I hope you guys really work out.
Definitely.
You will.
Yeah.
'Cause you
And
seem
I
happy.
just completely trust him. I've never trusted a man so much in my life.
You guys
I
are
just-
gonna get married.
Yeah.
I really see
want
it.
to.
I can't wait.
I wanna,
It's gonna be a
like,
very unique
We
wedding.
actually talk about getting married like constantly.
Just do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I say get married right away.
Yeah.
But that's like bad advice. But
Have
I
you
think
ever been married?
Yeah, I've been married 3 times.
3
Yeah.
times?
I know. I talk a lot about it because everyone has the same reaction. But I love being married. And I think it brings a different level. And like, it feels different when you say my husband. Like, I know it's like a stupid, but for you to be like, that's my, let me call my husband. Like,
Yes,
like that
I know.
more.
That's like my dream. And like, I never really felt that way before, but I just want to call him my husband, because like, boyfriend doesn't cut
Go
it.
get
Boyfriend
married.
sounds
Tell
like,
him. Text him
but
right
we
now
talk
and
about
say,
it. We found places. We found this place called 1 Hour Marriage, where you can go there and you can get
Go.
married in an hour. Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, I
I mean,
really
in
want
Vegas,
to.
yeah, you would have to go all the way to Vegas, but they do
Yeah.
have the time slots and stuff.
Yes.
You should text him right after this and be like,
Let's get married tonight.
Yes, do
Yeah,
it.
I really want
I'm
to.
rooting for you. I'm gonna get a DM and you're gonna be like, I got married.
I hope so. That's my dream.
Do you want to chat about anything else or like plug anything?
Watch out for my new movie called The French Italian, and also my new movie Blood Barn. They're not fully out yet, but they will be out, and they're going to be great. And then watch out on my Instagram for more announcements of different things that I'm going to be in.
Yeah, no Fashion Week. You're not doing Fashion Week.
It's just,
I know you said you're not.
it's a
too
lot of
much in-
effort. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of effort.
Yeah.
And possibly, but we'll see.
You should do it. Me and Steph will be there. I'm forcing
You're
her
gonna
to
be
come.
there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just to do stupid shit. There's always
Yeah.
like parties and like
Exactly,
it's
yeah.
fun for people like me because I just go to shit. Like I'll be
Yeah.
like, okay, fine, and
Yeah.
then I get dressed up.
I
So-
actually really am obsessed with the way that like I feel like every year more and more girls from the porn industry are like getting involved in like more mainstream
Yeah.
things, and I absolutely love it. Like, I love to see that like you're going to Fashion Week and like all these things. Like, I really believe that like the adult industry just should be like, I just think that
It's
more
totally-
girls should be able to move on, you know?
Yes,
Like everyone should be able to just move on and do like anything.
I agree, and I think that it actually is getting a little bit more accepting.
Yeah.
And honestly, because of Lana Rhoades, like I feel like
Yeah.
she really has opened up that door for a lot of
Totally, yeah.
people. And then people like you, and like there's so
Yeah.
many people that have really just like opened up that door. And I have never had a bad experience in the mains, like besides like
Mhm.
people working for me that want to just like steal and like
Yeah.
do weird stuff. But that's just with anything.
Yeah.
I've always been really well respected. I've always had really
Totally,
nice
yeah.
people. I've always had people that are like, thank you so much for coming. Like, I think people think that I get shitted on and it's like hard for me out there,
It's
but it's not.
Not at all.
I-
And
I
it's
come home
actually
happy
like
as
just
fuck.
makes you like unique to have
Yeah.
come from the adult industry. Like, it makes you like just like different.
You
You
should
know?
hit up Poster Girl
Oh,
and model
yeah.
for them.
That
Like
would be really
that's
cool.
so your like
Yeah.
style. They used Lana. You
Oh,
should really
yeah.
hit them up.
That would be really
You have
fun.
an agent?
Yeah, I do have an agent.
You should
yeah.
have them. That's really cool for
Yeah,
you.
that would be cool. That
They
would
do
be
their next
awesome.
line.
Yeah, that would
Something
be nice.
and like Off-White, like I feel, or maybe not Off-White. I'm just trying to think of
Yeah.
something like more
I feel
bizarre.
like anybody with like interesting creative, I'm
Yeah.
always interested in working with.
For sure, Poster Girl. It's a little,
Yeah.
a little out there,
Yes.
little revealing.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I can't wait for you guys to check this out. Thank you, Heartbreakers.